What's going on YouTube? It's AKingsCreation again, bringing you guys another guide. In this guide, I will be breaking down my newest up-to-date console controller settings. A lot of people have been asking me, hey, what are your exact settings and what are you doing to see a lot of players or a lot of enemies, and how are you able to target well, right? So I'm going to break down all of my settings that I have so you guys can know, for those who have been asking, to watch this video from beginning to end. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so let's go over what settings I have. We're going to go ahead, head over to the settings, and we're going to start off with controls. Obviously, my input device is a controller. Everything here is basically default, all the way to Q skills. We want to check that. Auto move within range to use beneficial skills is checked. Auto use non-targeted beneficial skills on self is checked. Toggle charge skills is checked as well. I took off toggle aim skills. You don't really want that. And then aim skills, lock on current target is checked. Snap on is checked. And everything else at the bottom is default. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and go to character. Large scale combat mode always has to be on because it gives you the best enhancement when you're doing large scale. Character name, that's irrelevant, but it's checked. And now here's the biggest thing for a lot of people. This is the newest feature. If you didn't know about it yet, it's not that new. It's really old. I mean, if you played since the beginning, it hasn't come out until like December or something like that. I changed this to show party member animations only. So which means is you're not going to see a lot of animations directed towards you, but it's not that big of a deal if you know how to manage the movements of hands and arms and stuff like that. But this will decrease your lagging and able to see more people because it keeps your FPS higher. Display wind indicators on check. I think everything here I've changed. So user settings 1, this is on guild mark, on off for health, on for miscellaneous characters, guild mark for relationships. Name is on, health is on here, NPC is on, name and health is on as well. Now show my detailed health and mana, info is on, and show my named item acquisition broadcast is on. Show my summon inventory is on. I don't want to see anybody else's inventory, so that is always off. That is the settings I have here. Muted players and attackable players is checked here. This is pretty much default. I don't really mess with the item stuff. That's default. Everything is sensitive, like all my sensitivity is all the way up. That's why I move fast on console, because all my settings is up. Everything else is unchecked here, and everything bottom here is default. Map, everything on the map is usually default as well. I don't touch anything here. Chat is usually default. I don't really touch that unless you want to mess with the chat font size. I put that to 12. Window display time always show. The only difference I changed here with the UI is I made it a tier 1, so it's kind of small, but you can make it big as you want or as small as you want. I'm going tier 1 because I like to see everything around me. Okay, yeah, so the UI doesn't change. Language time doesn't change, miscellaneous doesn't change. Everything on the notification is still the same. That's not really relevant to the combat itself. Screen quality, okay, so for the brightness I put that at 45, and I always run auto settings and then change it to performance because you want to have the best performance over quality, because if you're lagging and you're not being able to see everybody and your FPS is dropping, then you want to have performance on. Make sure motion blur is off. Optimize for large scale has to be on. Make sure that is on as well. I changed my player count to medium. I don't want to go any higher than that because they're not going to be able to see everybody. If you go large scale, you're going to start lagging and it's going to be a huge issue. Everything sound is irrelevant. Controllers default, but it's not really default. I will show you my customization after this. Accessibility is default, info is default, and privacy is default. So those are my in-game settings. So those are all the changes I make. If you want to make those changes and copy me, please do. It will probably help your PS5 perform better, and it'll help you actually perform better. The targeting I will explain through my controller customization mapping. We'll talk about that shortly. Okay, so this is very important, and this is one of the keys to actually succeeding on console in any game you play, is to either have a SCUF controller or an Edge controller for PlayStation, or an Elite controller for Xbox. Whatever gives you extra buttons or able to customize your buttons, that is what you definitely need, especially if you're playing console or a console player, right? And if you're playing against PC players who have hotkeys, they're still at an advantage, but at least you're closing that gap slightly, right? As you guys can see, I have a customization for Throne and Liberty. I'm going to take a look at these, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I changed. Now, everything that is not grayed or like has a gray color on it is default. So like these, like my on my directional pad is default, like my triangle, X, circle, and square default, and then you can see my R1, R2, and my L1 and L2 are grayed, which means they're changed. So basically I flipped these, and instead of having L1 on my left trigger, I actually have my left thumbstick on my left trigger. Okay, keep that in mind as well. And for my back bumpers, I have L1 here, and then my right on my directional pad, and also I still have right on my actual directional pad. So you see how I have two buttons that are the same. This is for when I do shadow, not a shadow escape, but like when I camouflage. I think it's easier for me to activate it on my back paddles, right? So these are the only changes I made. There's only like 6 buttons total that I've changed. So if you guys want to copy this, you can. I play as a claw, like I play like this. I don't know how to show you really, but I play like this, right? So if you don't know how to play claw, it's okay, but it does give you an advantage when it comes to being able to move quickly and press buttons quickly. So I hope this helps you guys out. If you guys enjoyed this settings guide, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. People are wondering if I live stream. Yes, I only live stream for my members. Hey everyone, thank you for watching my video. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, make sure you guys check my membership tab. I have supporter, big supporter, and huge supporter. Each tier comes with more benefits. So if you guys are interested, make sure you check it out. How do you access it? You can go to my about page if you're on the desktop and just scroll all the way down to memberships, join now, or you can check the description of each video. Thank you.